Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on this beautiful planet Gaia. I thought I'd come live just to give some updates with you all with regards to current energy shifts, ascension shifts, cosmic updates, and so forth. This video will also be rolled out onto YouTube to be shared with the YouTube stream as well. There is much happening at this time, a lot of all spacious energy, ascension, cosmic shifts taking place at this time. Over this weekend, we have just been celebrating, the planet has been celebrating the birthday of Lord Krishna. So I just want to start this video honoring Lord Krishna by saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Blessings to you all. So the energy shift is underway. There has been an increase in the Schumann resonance over this weekend, and in particular yesterday. I have rolled out the reports and the graphs on my Facebook page, so please feel free to check it out. I want to say hello to each and every one of you who are watching, who just joined me at this time. So, what is happening? There has been recent council meetings up in the realms, and these council meetings that have been taking place since the karmic board sitting at solstice. We are looking at moving forth with the cosmic flow of energy, certain cosmic shifts, the change of age that is happening in December. We are also looking at the eradication of falsehood. This is what's come forth to council, but often or not, this is something that's not new at all, but we are awakening through this eradication of falsehood. We are awakening many souls into higher consciousness. Through the higher sense of consciousness, humanity become more aware of what is taking place, what is truth and what is false. We are also manifesting a range of shifts at this time down in South America, Yucatan, as beloved Heru came through on my last video, but he's also spoken to me at length about past life. Sebastian of Telos. Telos is also meaning completion and the completion and the end, and that Telos is very fundamental back in the times of Lemuria. He has had a number of lifetimes in Lemuria, including Telos. So he spoke greatly about that and the Fernandino Islands, which lie in the Pacific Ocean, just off the south coast of South America. He's also spoken at length with certain shifts taking place within Texas, Texas and Mexico areas, the Mexican Gulf labyrinth. I've been fully aware of these activations taking place. There is a labyrinth underneath the Mexico Gulf. We are also having shifts taking place down in Peru, in Lake Titicaca. This is the sacral chakra, the Kundalini force, the Great Balance. This makes kind of sense with regards to what is happening and what is forthcoming with regards to the Equinox Gateway on the 23rd of September of this year, and also with the forthcoming 12-12-12 Gateway and the winter solstice 21-12. And this is where we are now speeding up the energy with the completion of the 7-year cycle of tribulation. This 7-year cycle commenced in winter solstice 2012. We are now completing this 7-year cycle. Thus, we are officially moving from the Persian Age into the Aquarian Age in this year of 12. As I've spoken to you before, with the significance of 12-12-12, 21-12, and 2019, which is 12. These codes are pertaining to the Trinity of Trinities. 12-12-12, 333, 21-12, 12, 333. So this is about the Trinity of Trinities, and in the run up to these great events that is going to be taking place in December, we are being called into sacred balance, and in between now and the Equinox Gateway, this gives us a grand opportunity to work and focus upon ourselves, and to facilitate that inner balance, that great sense of balance within our lives. And everything must start within, because when we are embracing the point of the 21-12, which is the return to center, there is a certain point that's connecting with the Hyperborean timeline. This is all metaphoric. A lot of it's metaphoric, because the Hyperborean is very much giving us the opportunity for us to ascend further into that sphere of etheric consciousness, because the Hyperborean root race was not physical, it was etheric. So it enables us to return up into that space, into that center point. This is what happens when we are achieving our 5th dimensional sense of consciousness and awareness. We are hitting the crystalline consciousness at 5th dimension. And once we hit that space and sphere, it's all the way up. We transcend. We're able to connect with other realities, forces, cosmic awareness, spirit, galactic beings, so forth, and fully utilizing our inner abilities. Our inner abilities to bring that beautiful energy from universe down onto this beautiful planet Gaia. Hence, we are able to be able to work more fully, integrating humanity healing as well. So there's so much happening. 2020 is the year of 4, and again, this is where Saturn is going to be making certain significant alignments next year. And Saturn is a representation of the Lord of Karma. It's the representation of the Lord of cleansing, purification, and so forth. Many people are sharing messages, reiterating that we are in the tide given to us by the Hopi prophecies. I foretold, I knew this was happening. I shared a lot of this through Heru's aspect of Chief Grey Eagle, who contributed to the Hopi prophecy, spoke greatly about the age of purification that we are currently in. So this age of purification is what this tribulation is about. We have been called, we've been awakened, we enter into the purification state. We anchor the water and the fire codes. The water and the fire codes is very much about this purification. We enter the flames of purification. We enter the waters of purification. So this is what this is about. So what we are looking at, as well as we enter the flames and the waters of purification, we also enter into a greater sense of balance, because the water and the fire is the balance. The water that aligns with the moon and the lunar energy, and the fire that aligns up with the solar energy, brings us into a greater sense of balance. So that we are utilizing both of these elements to help us to balance, shift and evolve. I also want to go forth, because there is a sense of shift taking place, coming forth, this autumn equinox, and this is to do with the Sirius and Orion. Again, the masculine, feminine, water, fire, solar, lunar, sun, moon, masculine, feminine, sacral plexus, sacral being on the earth in Peru. Peru, Lake Titicaca is the sacral chakra. This Kundalini force that is activating. This is what Horus was speaking about a few videos ago about, and also during my messages coming through from Horus Heru. He spoke about the androgynous consciousness. This is a metaphoric. This is not about gender issues as such, but this is about embracing both the masculine and feminine energies that we carry within ourselves. Being that balance, because it has to start from within before it can ever be manifested outwards. And it's very important at this time that we manifest this divine balance from within ourselves. So Sirius and Orion, this is interesting. Sirius and Orion shift from north hemisphere down to south. Everything goes from north to south at autumn equinox. So the north is very much about the golden sun, and it's also the light. And then you go down south is the hidden, the dark sun, the black sun. That is down south, and that represents the winter. And so what also happens during this whole cycle and the metaphors, if you think of the metaphors and you think about the Christ energy is actually birthed during the winter months, during that preparation time. In winter solstice, we are giving birth to the light. So basically, the feminine sits at the bottom in the south, because everything in the south, this is a primordial birth. We are birthing something new. So I'm talking about something metaphoric now. So coming into equinox and everything shifting down south, as we go into the equinox gateway, we go down south. We then become embracing our feminine qualities. The feminine starts empowering and starts birthing. So as we're birthing We're birthing something new, and we're birthing a new age. And a new age is dawning, and this is what we are now preparing in the forthcoming months, coming in up into December. We are making those preparations. So Sirius and Orion go into south. They go into south. They're actually aligning in September. We are having some significant alignments with Orion and Sirius in the south. They come face to face with each other, and this is where this balance starts happening, because the as I say, I'm connecting with Heru, Sar of the Orion, my higher self, Sopdet of Sirius. So we are kind, when I'm going up into that higher sphere, I'm fully aware that there is what you call this beautiful alignment taking place, this beautiful emergence. They come face to face, coming into divine balance. So that is representing metaphorically with the Sirian and Orion constellations. So this is where the birthing of something new. We are birthing a new age. We are birthing the Aquarian age. We are shifting out of Piscean, where the Piscean was very much where we had to integrate polarity. We had to integrate the two fish. We are embracing the two fish because we embrace all. We embrace our mind, body, and spirit. We embrace spirit and matter. This is what the two fish represents. It represents spirit and matter. So we are integrating our whole. We become one with ourselves, and we become one with each other. But it has to start with ourselves. So we integrate the whole, okay? And it must start with ourselves. Integrating our whole, we become aware of who we are, what we're here to do, and what our mission is here on this planet in this ascension cycle. So we become whole. So what we then become, as we become whole and we become one with each other, we then are able to shift forward as a collective, moving forth, helping humanity to heal, to grow, to expand. I'm also, as I'm connecting forth with the 2112, and I've spoken greatly with 2112 and the Mayan shifts. The Orion Nebula 42 aligned with the pyramids. We are actually activating the hearthstones at this time. This has come forth, been given to me by spirits, and confirmed and affirmed by Horus. Just bear with me a moment. I've also, as we are working with some of the templates in South America, I have become more aware of Quetzalcoatl, Quetzalcoatl coming through. Quetzalcoatl is very much the lord of the Hyperborean race. The Mayan shifts is not something that is of this root race. This goes way back to the beginning, and has only kind of come into certain consciousnesses as we've moved forward. But the time frames we have, and the moon cycles, the 28 days, the 13, the lunar cycles, and so forth. It's, everything's coming into a fruition. I've spoken greatly. I'm just trying to get my deck out, my ISIS deck. Just bear with me a moment, because something came up with the ISIS deck and I've got it. Oh, they're hidden. Right. Moving forth, this is interesting. Moving forth, I actually was connecting in meditation with Horus, and this is about 2020. The 2020, and it's a pillar of light. Now, I saw 4 pillars, and this is kind of interesting. But this card kind of confirmed to me with regards to the 4 pillars of light. Now, 2020, we are looking at the 4 pillars, the four, as they call it. Horace spoke about the 4 fires that rotate around Saturn. Also, we have the 4. There's the 4 corners. I channeled greatly about the representation of the 4 angels: Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, and how they represent the elements. And so forth. So we are embracing a new tide. We're embracing a new tide next year, 2020. And I saw 4 pillars. I saw 4 pillars in meditation. I saw 4 pillars representing the Saturn energy. I also, this one here came up, and this is about balance. But this here, proper burial for freedom, sacrifice for Osiris, Lord of the Dead. But this is basically, as we are shifting and growing, this is about the balance. The balance that we have to embrace in order for us to transcend into our own sense of freedom. Because next year, the message is clear. It's about freedom. And we become free as we evolve, we grow, we enter into a higher state of consciousness. And this came up very clearly. This is very much what is taking place 2012. It is the abundance of Sothis. But we have, and I know my friend Sol, because we've been sitting there connecting up to the councils. Me and Sol connecting with our guides. Guides have been showing us the golden wheat. The golden wheat, as we embrace freedom, we embrace the abundance. What takes place on 2021-12 is a great shift. So we have to prepare ourselves for this great shift, this great tide. So as we prepare ourselves for this great shift and this great tide, and we enter ourselves into sacred balance, we then enter a tide of freedom. We enter a tide of abundance and prosperity. But the golden wheat is about it's about harvest, and the harvest that we have to, as I said before, we are trees, we are bearing fruit. Make sure our fruits are ripe. We work upon ourselves, we work upon our heart space, we work on our growth, our evolution. And again, we have the macabre and the beautiful golden energy that emanates around us when we achieve that beautiful balance. That energy, that light. So we become golden in ourselves. We embrace spirit. We embrace our inner divinity. And this is interesting because this card came up as well, and this is Cartouche, and this is about embracing your all, divine names of power, but this is embracing who you are, your all, okay, and your alignment of mind, body, and spirit. I'm going to pull some cards from the Gaia deck. And as I'm pulling up the cards from the Gaia deck, I'm just going to connect with Spirit to find out what is... Okay. I'm going to do a live shuffle. Okay, so this is a collective. As I say, this is an energy update collective video. This video message that I bring will only resonate to those whom it will resonate to the hearts of. We are all at different phases in our learning and in our lessons. This is not a life path video. It is a video that's geared up for those on the ascension. So it's very important just to bear in mind that when I do come live, I'm doing collective work and not individual readings. I do individual readings, and if you would like to book a session, you can do so privately, and I can be reached on Messenger or via my website at www.yondervel.weebly.com. And also my guidance comes direct from Spirit. I don't connect into collective field of consciousness. I go direct with Spirit. I connect with my team of guides. So I am a medium, and that's how I work. But I work in very high frequency and vibration to bring forth a lot of the cosmic knowledge. So I'm not one to be reading, writing, looking up other people's work. It's very important for me as a channel to keep my flow clear. That's how I work. And I'm just responding to some of the comments I've just picked up just now. So that's my answer to you all at this time. I'm just going to connect quickly with the cards, see what I'm picking up. as I say, I'm reiterating, if you would like a life path reading, ascension path, mediumship, or whatever, if you're going through difficulties at this time, I'm also a Reiki master teacher, Karuna, but I don't, as I say, I utilize a variety of healing modalities, but the way I work as a healer is I connect direct to source. It's handy to have the different modalities to hand, and so forth. I also work with the Akashic records in both my healing and when I'm giving readings. So, right, the cards just dropped off, and this has come up. Okay, and this is about achievement. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to start channeling at these cards in a minute. But this is achievement, and this is beautiful because I believe that's a real big message coming in from the higher realms at this time. So let's see. I'm gonna. If no other card drops out, I think they want to drop a whole load of cards out at the moment because it seems to be sorry, I've got okay, I think these two. This is interesting. This is about lost love, and this is about surrendering, healing, and release. Okay, surrender, healing, and release. This is something about so beautiful about the Gaia deck because all the feminine pictures, the photos, pictures come through. The feminine is naked. And the reason why she's naked is because it's purity. It's a sign of purity. Take me as I am. This is what we as feminine should be doing at this time. You know, surrendering. Take me as I am. Okay. I know this is going to be very much. This is the enchanted forest. Enchanted forest. So it's about mystery, magic, and enchantment. I'm going to see if there's much more we can do. I've got a feeling that might be. Nine of Hearts, and this is fulfillment, protection, and harmony. But I do like this. If you have a look at this picture, it brings out so much. It's about utilizing your heart center. You've also got the Eye of Horus in the middle. You've got the tree. The tree is bearing fruits. Lots of things are coming forth as you are growing. Very much a confirmation of what I've been saying about being a tree, growing up, establishing, you know, your foundations as you root yourself into Mother Earth. Everything within the primordial force starts from the roots, and you grow up into this tree, and this tree is bearing so much. You're growing, and you start, you're shedding out a lot of beautiful divine fruits. And just say these love hearts. Say these love hearts as fruit. So this is what we are here to do. Our fruit is supposed to be love. This is what it's about. Our fruit is love. This is interesting because we also got tree here as well, and this tree bearing fruits, lots of love hearts coming through from the tree, and this is where we're at this time. So I'm actually going to channel quickly. I'm going to channel a lot of this. I'm actually going to say, put this in some kind of order, because I feel this is the order. I feel this is it. So basically, what we have here is lost love. So when we're in a 3D paradigm and we're going about our daily lives, not connected, going about our daily lives, moving forward, we're in that space of lost love. This is what humanity, in a 3D world is about. And we become lost in our lives and so forth. And then we awaken to spirit, we awaken to a greater sense of awareness and so forth. We surrender. This is what I had to do when Horus and my guides, I've been aware all my life of spirit, but my guides finally knocked on my door in 2010 and said, right, it's time now. I had to surrender. I surrendered everything, healing and release. So we heal, we release, and we go through this process, and often or not, we're also healing other timelines, other aspects of our past lives. So we are going through that process. And this Nine of Hearts, we embrace a sense of fulfillment, harmony, protection. We become aware that we're protected, but also we have the power to protect ourselves. So when we're working from heart space, we're giving out our love, we shine our light and so forth. But it is okay to set our boundaries. I know I've had to set boundaries with spirit, because as a medium, I can have souls tapping on my shoulder all the time, or knocking on my door saying, can we have help? I was crossing the soul over yesterday whilst I was out in the sunshine at the Hare Krishna temple. I crossed a soul over. It happens. So we have this Nine of Hearts, but this is us growing, evolving, and embracing our own sense of divinity, our gifts, our attributes, our qualities. So when we're in the space of the heart, we embrace everything. We embrace our love. We surrender all aspects of our ego. That wants to, any aspects of our ego. This is where we are at when we're in a sense of ego. We're lost. We want to hit out. We want to hit out at others. So when we're in that space of ego. But when we're in the space of love, embracing our all, we embrace our qualities. We embrace everything. So we go into the enchanted forest, and the enchanted forest, as we are evolving and we're growing much more, we become aware of our mastery. the mysteries. We create magic wherever we go. This beautiful magic we embrace, and this is not this has nothing to do with dark arts or creating magic that's of ill intent, but this is creating the magic in our lives, embracing the positivities, embracing everything that's joyful, that's going to create freedom and prosperity and abundance. And then also the excitement, because we become excited. It's like, I know when things are happening to me on a spiritual front, I become excited. Sometimes that excited, oh gosh, what just happened? Look what I've just found out. Oh, look what just spirits just you know, I've just been shown this by spirit. You know, so yes, we get excited and we want to share and we want to shout and we want to share with the world. So, and achievement. We have a sense of achievement, and we want to keep going. And I'm going to say, Spirit, this is the very first card that was pulled out, because this is what Spirit's telling you at this time. You are evolving, you're growing, you're all opening up like lotus flowers. This is the heart space. This is where we are to connect in order for us to evolve, to grow, and allow our pink lotus flower open up more in full bloom. This is our heart space, very much, and everything starts here. The achievements start with the space of your heart, and to follow your dreams, your aspirations, to set that into motion. What is your dreams? What is your desires? What's your aspirations? Allow that to grow. Write that down. Follow this. There's another full moon. I'm sure there's a full moon. I think it's right around the corner. It might be tonight. I have to double check. But as I say, we are embracing full moon energy. So, you know, full moon, new moon. There are times to create and co-create our new beginnings, allowing our goals, dreams and aspirations to come forth, to connect with our inner qualities. So it's very important we utilize some of this beautiful moon energy to create and co-create, because that is what that energy is about, to manifest. I'm also going to channel a little bit now. I want to pull out the Buddhism cards, and then I'm going to channel a little bit, see what Spirit brings through. And again, this is a beautiful deck. I do recommend. Got beautiful different beautiful pictures, and then on the other side they got messages. And as I said last time, on my last video, I was doing a session, a mentorship session with a lady friend of mine, and I couldn't read the words. I had my glasses on. I couldn't read the words. In the end, I channeled, and this is what Spirit do to me sometimes. They will close my outer vision and open up my inner. It's like, no, you're not here to be reading what the cards tell you, what's inside the book. You're here to connect with us and let us give the message. Let us share the message. We'll tell you what it means in this given now. So this is what that's what spirit do to us sometimes. So I'm going to okay. This is generosity. Okay, generosity. And it's a true spiritual life is not possible without a generous heart. Buddha. When you act in the true spirit of generosity, with no expectation, your heart expands outwardly as a consequence of the compassion and loving kindness to be found within. Okay, I think that's a beautiful card. So I'm going to sit and channel for a moment. So for many of you, you might feel a bit of energy fluctuation, energy change, light change. Anything might happen at this time. At the moment, I'm sat here inside beautiful golden light, golden Mahatma energy. This is my hands. You can see that. Sometimes if I move backwards, the energy kind of changes a little bit. Anyway, so you may find a little bit of energy change and so forth. So I'm just going to sit here for a moment in my stillness and see what energy, see what spirit, my guides, my higher self bring through. It is now time, dear children, to embrace whom you are, what you've come here on this planet to do, and what you have achieved thus far. It is now time to have faith and to trust in your own inner quality and abilities. You have come so far upon your journey. We are embracing many shifts at this time. Some of these shifts are very powerful, and some of these shifts are very subtle. It is at this time imperative that you work with the flow of your heart space to embrace the balance, to embrace your inner quality, to embrace your truth. Embrace this beautiful energy that's coming through at this time from the great central sun. We are activating many of you at this time. We are providing you with healing and sustenance. We understand and understand that there are many challenges that face you at this time. It is imperative that you remain in your truth. Know that each and every one of you are blossoming and flowering, and it matters not where you are at within your path. We understand and understand that many souls are at different levels of understanding. We also understand and understand that many souls are at different frequency, different vibration, and different pathways. This is what is called uniqueness. But as you embrace your path and your uniqueness, you will understand that you have so much to offer within this collective field. The uniqueness of many souls that contribute within this beautiful collective field enables you all to complement each other. It is therefore important, dear children, to work from the space of your heart. To embrace your wholeness, to embrace oneness in love, light and truth. I leave you with every blessing. Thank you. I also, before I depart, would like to extend love, healing and sustenance out to all those whom are in need of it at this time. I want to extend healing energy out to those whom have been affected by the fires of the Amazon forests, and embrace and work with the energy of the trees at this time. The trees are here on path, and we are here to work with this divine energy and light to connect with the trees. I also want to extend healing and light and love to all those whom are in conflict, to the countries and nations that are in warfare, and to pray for freedom, to pray for prosperity, to pray for unity. I also send forth healing, energy and light to all those whom are in hospital, to those whom are in care, to the ill, to the frail, to the injured, to the elderly, to the children, to those whom have no one to care for them, to those whom are facing hardship and despair, to those whom are facing a transition, end of life upon this planet, and to those whom are bereaved. Let the healing light of the great central sun shine forth upon you all, and to those whom are in need of this divine healing at this time. So it is done. Thank you very much for joining me. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you all soon. Have a lovely week ahead. Blessings to you all. Thank you.